Welcome to Jaguar News and Views. I'm Owen Larson.
And I'm Daniel Trummel. We're your anchors for today's show.
Jaguar News and Views is produced by the first-year public speaking students at Thomas Jefferson in conjunction with the production staff at Wjag.
Today's show includes Hannah Wilkins and Sean Larkin with Scores and Sports, Gabe Hulpus with upcoming events, and Kiera Norbaum with Of Note.
And today's show also features Joel Hartwig with Jaguar of the Week and Rylan Krull with a public service announcement.
Now, let's go to Gabe Hulpus with this week's upcoming events.
Thanks, Owen and Daniel. And if you're looking for financial aid for college, on November 7th, there's FAFSA help session from 5 to 8 in the Media Center. And on November 8th, there's TJ Coffee House from 8:15 to 10:15 in the morning in the cafeteria. And on November 8th, there's Cheer Jam set up from 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. November 9th, Cheer Jam competition from 6 in the morning to 6 at night, Lower C gyms.
Thank you for that, Gabe. Now, to Rylan Krull with his public service announcement.
Thanks, Owen. We live in a society where it snows quite often, so here's some tips for driving. Drive slowly because traction will be reduced when you're driving in snow or on ice. And remember not to put a lot of gas on the pedal when you're going uphill because your wheels might spin, again, because there's less traction. Accelerate and decelerate more slowly and try to come to gradual stops and get up to speeds more gradually than you usually would. Increase your following distance of other vehicles to 5 to 6 seconds because, again, there's less traction and you could end up rear-ending someone if you can't stop fast enough. And most importantly, make sure to tell people where you're headed and make sure to let people know when you get there. Those have been some tips from me, and back to you, Daniel.
Thanks for that, Rylan. I know you're not joking about that one. Now let's go to Kiera Norbaum with this week's Of Note.
Thanks, Daniel. Forever alone in a crowd, failed comedian Arthur Fleck seeks connection as he walks the streets of Gotham City. This is just a brief explanation of Joker's plot. Joker is rated R and is in theaters right now. I'd give it a 4 out of 5 stars, but it is intended for mature audiences. It handles the gratuitous subject of murder. Spoiler alert, Fleck kills 3 people in a train, the same people that had jumped him beforehand. If you think you can handle it, I strongly encourage you to go and see Joker. Back to you, Owen.
Thank you for that review, Kiara. Now, to Mal Bowman with her editorial on straight pride parades.
Pride parades have been a part of LGBT culture since the Stonewall riots in 1969. They are a chance to celebrate lives, accomplishments, and self-acceptance. But now the question still stands. Do we really need a straight pride parade? The answer is simple. Celebrating straight pride is unnecessary and diminishes meaning from LGBT pride parades. About 200 marchers participated in Boston's straight pride parade last June. They were met with nearly 3 times as many protesters. What was their motive, and did they have a good reason? Let's look at the facts. According to the Economic Times, homosexuality is illegal in 72 countries around the globe. 12 of these countries have the death penalty for same-sex sexual acts. In comparison, heterosexuality is illegal in 0 countries. 0 countries have the death penalty implemented for opposite-sex sexual acts. LGBT people do not exist in nearly 40% of the world. Some might say you won't face the death penalty if you hide it. Think again. From CNN News, on June 12, 2016, 49 people were murdered at a gay nightclub in Orlando. These people still face the death penalty. Don't rub it in our faces then. From BBC News, a group of teenagers attacked a lesbian couple for refusing to kiss. Yes, these people had a reason to protest against the straight pride parade. For some people, pride parades are the safest places there are. Don't take it away from us. There is no way to win. LGBT people are killed for displaying affection and will still be killed for not doing just that. Pride parades exist to celebrate ourselves and the people we love. So when straight people are murdered for being themselves, then you can have your parade.
Thank you for that, Mal. Now, to Sean Larkin and Hannah Wilkins with Scores and Sports.
Thank you, Owen. Now that fall sports have come to an end, winter sports are right around the corner. Boys basketball starts on November 18th, and their first game will be on December 3rd in Rosemount at 7 o'clock. Tryouts for boys hockey players have also started, and their season starts on November 18th. Their first game will be on the 27th, and as they take on Park of Cottage Grove. Lastly, boys swim and dive start practice on November 25th, and their first meet will be on December 14th at Oak Grove Middle School. Now on to you, Hannah.
Thanks, Sean. As the fall sports season comes to an end, teams are wrapping up and there's not much going on. Jefferson Cross Country will run against Kennedy Richfield and Holy Angels for a spot in the Class AA state meet. If they win, they will race at St. Olaf College in Northfield on November 2nd. In volleyball, Jefferson girls received the number 1 spot in Section 6 AAA and will host St. Louis Park at Jefferson High School on Saturday, November 2nd, with a chance to go to state. Go Jags! On Wednesday, November 6th, the swim and dive varsity girls will compete against Eden Prairie in varsity girls sections. There are 2 more meets on Thursday, November 7th and Friday, November 8th. As winter comes, make sure to look into winter sports like volleyball for team building and fun all year long. Back to you, Daniel.
Thank you, Sean and Hannah. Go Jags. Now, let's go to Joel Hartwig with this week's Jag of the Week.
Thank you, Daniel. This week's Jaguar of the Week is Aiden Isog. He has always been a good guy and always has a smile on his face. He is now a junior and has always been a good student here, always getting good grades on assignments and tests. He is also one of our athletes. He was on the JV soccer team this year and hopes to becoming one of the captains of the Nordic team. When I asked for opinions on him from other students, they had nothing but nice things to say. So the next time you see him in the hallways, you should give him a wave. Back to you guys.
Well, thank you for that, Joel Hartwig. Well, I hope we see more of Aiden's face around here at Jefferson.
Yep, we all love Aiden, Owen. Now, thank you to our production and our fellow reporters for this week's show. And thank you for watching this edition of Jaguars News and Views. We hope to see you soon.